Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Welcome to it. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You know, yesterday we talked about the transvestite who exposed his noodle at the YMCA.
Yeah. Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I didn't mention about the YMCA is that you can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel, which is why it's fun to stay at the YMCA. So I just thought we should probably clear that part of it up. I didn't want there to be a misunderstanding about the YMCA.
I thought we did mention that, but
did we? I don't think we mentioned exactly that. No.
Right. More fun for some than others, I guess.
And welcome back, Keith.
Oh, thank you.
How was your week off or 6 days or whatever it was?
Great.
Was it great?
It was so great.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm. I love coming back to talk about the world burning to the ground.
Yeah. And you have a new perspective on it after 6 marvelous days. Right? So.
Yeah. 6?
Is that what it was? Well, I mean, 5. 6 shows, I think.
5 shows. Did you miss me that much?
Oh, so much.
You lost track of
it seemed like
you lost
6.
track of how long I was gone.
Yeah. It seemed like it was 5 days, but it seemed like 6.
I don't even know what that means.
I was watching a Nolan Ryan documentary. Have you seen Facing Nolan yet?
Documentary, awesome.
On Nolan Ryan.
I have not seen Nolan Ryan.
So good.
But I mean, the guy was awesome. He still is.
Yeah, he is.
He still is.
Yeah. Now he sells steaks. And really good meat products, actually. Really good steaks. But did you know that after winning the World Series in 1969 with the Mets, he went back to Alvin, Texas, which is suburban Houston, in the offseason and sold heating and air conditioning units. It's a World Series champion who has to go back. He was only making $7,000.
Wow.
And they only paid you during the season back then.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so he had to go home and sell heating and air conditioning units or repair them, whatever, to try to make ends meet. Man.
Yeah, those guys were,
amazing.
They really struggled. That was when Vida Blue, who just died.
Yeah.
Sad, but he had that big deal in Oakland where he held out because he said, I was just trying to get a raise. Finley was, jerking him around. The guy's, MVP, World Series, he's doing all this stuff, all-star starters. Yeah. Maybe more than one. And
do you know that Nolan Ryan never did? Weird. Nolan Ryan never won the Cy Young Award. 27 MLB seasons. Never won Cy Young.
Ridiculous.
That is nuts. He's a Hall of Famer who never won the Cy Young
Really
Award.
weird.
Yeah, and I was just looking up his salary history. He didn't make $1 million a year until his last 2 seasons. 92, 93, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's done all right
since. First. They said in the show last night, he's done okay. I mean, the guy, he's not hurting for cash. But they said on the show last night that he was the first to get to $1 million, though, in any sport.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So.
I mean, deservedly so. But.
Yeah, he was, please. They have figured since with more accurate equipment, because at the time they said he threw at 101 miles an hour.
180 now.
108.
Go.
108.
Oh.
That's moving, man.
That's crazy. I don't know how you touch that. 108? Jeez. And that was years ago.
Yeah. And the mounds were higher. I mean, that ball is coming at you, boy.
Man. Again, how do you even get near it? It's just incredible. Anybody could. Shows you how good those guys are. All right. The big news that we got to get into today is that Donald Trump was found liable and lost his $5 million lawsuit. Well, E. Jean Carroll was awarded $5 million by a Manhattan jury. They found former President Trump, liable for sexually abusing and defaming her while they cleared him of her rape claim.
So weird.
It's weird because the rape claim she denied. Really, I mean,
kind of.
Yeah, she said no, it wasn't rape. It was because I fought or something to that effect.
It was a weird
fought
description.
him.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I was raped. Well, if you were raped, say you were raped. What do you mean? Well, it would be disrespectful to the illegal aliens who are getting raped at the border.
What?
What is that? What do you... No,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
E. Jean.
That's just bizarre. She's bizarre.
Yes.
And the whole claim at Bergdorf Goodman, where nobody saw it, no customers, no clerk,
Right.
no checkout person. There was nobody waiting at the fitting room to let you in. Those are always locked. The doors are always locked at Bergdorf Goodman, and they have to let you in to go try on clothes because they want to know who's in there and who's not, so you're not stealing stuff. But I guess somehow they found it open, the door open at Bergdorf Goodman's fitting room.
So weird.
And he went in there and abused her. Wow. I mean, weird. Just weird.
Yeah, so, I mean, she doesn't remember the date.
No, and that's another thing.
She doesn't...
It was in the mid-'90s.
When did it happen?
She didn't ask Trump why he was in the store. There's no evidence. It took her years to bring this up. I mean, what? I mean, come on.
The jury just had to
Thank
find
you.
Trump guilty of something.
Right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think it's he's guilty of being hated.
Yeah, he's guilty of being Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Can we find that guilty? Yes, we can. Okay.
And they did.
And they did.
It's a ridiculous, preposterous claim.
It is.
And he's obviously going to appeal. And hopefully she'll never see a penny of the $5 million. But man, she went out all smiles yesterday. I mean, it may have happened in 1996.
Yeah, they all did. They all were cheering. And
if you're sexually assaulted or raped by Donald Trump, don't you remember when that happened?
You would think so.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, it would be seared into your mind.
She said it affected her life.
Right.
And it affected her whole outlook on life for all these years.
But you don't know when it happened?
Right.
Huh. That is strange. That is really, really weird.
And what was it? Did it not even come out? This I may have wrong. Until she wrote her memoir.
Yeah.
In other words,
promoting a book.
I wasn't traumatized to the point where as soon as it happened, I ran to press charges or told others.
Right.
I waited till I wrote a book. I mean, you're right. It's just guilty of being Trump.
Well, sometimes your memories get repressed.
Do they?
And when you start writing a book, then those memories bubble to the top.
Is that right? So wait a minute. How soon do you forget after a rape? How soon do you
put it out of your mind. Don't try to downplay rape.
You can't go from where it happened to the police in a reasonable amount of time before your memory fades.
Yeah, let's say before 27 years have passed. Let's just not make it too restrictive on her, but let's say sometime in the following 27 years.
And here's the thing, right? It's the new law in New York that's still good, I think, until the end of this year that she was able to sue Donald Trump.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
For past grievances that have already reached. Yeah, it did. It worked out nicely.
Yeah, to the tune of made her a millionaire.
If she gets it. I mean.
If she gets it. I certainly hope she doesn't. Because it is preposterous. It might have happened in 96. Or 94? Yeah. Or 95? Yeah. What about 93? Is that...
And Bergdorf Goodman. Man, when you think of a place where people get raped, you think of Bergdorf Goodman's.
Continually.
Man.
Yeah. They've got the rape rooms. They're famous for rape rooms. Yeah, where they...
I mean, people came out of the woodwork saying, man, but when I was in Bergdorf...
Yeah, me too. That happened. Same thing happened to me.
Except it didn't.
Except nobody did that. So, yeah. Strange.
Really strange.
So tonight, did you want to play that clip of Trump talking to the
they're
attorney?
making a big deal out of the fact that, well, first of all, the attorney's making a big deal out of the fact that he said she wasn't his type. And so the attorney's pissed off about that, and he's apparently said it about other women before. And so here's the deposition. This is where he's being deposed.
Yeah.
And he's talking to the lawyer about her physical characteristics.
Oh, no.
When you said in that video that Ms. Leeds would not be your first choice, you were referring to her physical looks, correct?
Just the overall. Not. I look at her,
overall.
I see her, I hear what she says, whatever. You wouldn't be a choice of mine either, to be honest with you. I hope you're not insulted. I would not, under any circumstances, have any interest in you. I'm honest when I say it.
What's wrong with that?
I would not have any interest in.
He's under oath.
Right.
So there you go.
I mean, that's
So great.
that's awesome.
That is so funny.
She keeps asking that. Were you referring to her physical Well, of course. What do you think I'm referring to? What do you mean? Of course I'm referring to her physical characteristics. I wouldn't be attracted to her. Or you, for that matter. Yeah, I hope you're not insulted.
I hope you're not offended.
I'm just saying you're butt ugly. That's all. That's all I'm saying here.
To me.
You're butt ugly. It might not be to your husband, or if you have one, which I can't imagine. But
that is good stuff. That's good stuff.
I can't imagine. Sorry.
That's so great.
That's awesome.
This is why the guy is beloved.
Yes.
By the Republican Party.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's so fantastic. On Truth Social last night, Trump posted this reminder for tonight. I'll be doing CNN tomorrow night, live from the great state of New Hampshire, because they're rightfully desperate to get those fantastic Trump ratings once again.
Trump ratings, yeah.
They made me a deal I couldn't refuse. Could be the beginning of a new and vibrant CNN with no more fake news, or it could turn into a disaster for all, including me.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what happens. Wednesday night at 8.
What is going on?
I don't know. That's amazing.
And we've got clips today from CNN that I think you'll find interesting.
Really?
I think there is a sea change. We've talked about before, right? The new management wanted to kind of at least portray that they were more middle of the road. And now they, I think, see an opening with Fox News. Oh, my gosh. The Fox News ratings have just been
tanked.
Oh, I don't know if I printed them up, but if I did, I'll find them. But
their ratings are tanking, but they claim that new advertisers are coming through the door.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because nobody would advertise with the #1 show on the network.
Right.
Come on, that's just stupid. Or he's too controversial. That's what they used to do to Glenn, too. Hey, he's too controversial. Yeah, he's got good ratings. People are watching, but nobody will advertise on his show.
Congratulations to Fox News admitting that just the bottom line, the number of ad revenue is what's important here, not bringing you good reporting. Yeah, I don't have those ratings, but man, they have just been cratering since they got rid of Tucker.
I believe it. I believe it. I mean, what are you going to watch Fox for? There's no show I want to watch on that network.
I found it interesting. My father-in-law, who's an active Fox viewer, Fox News and Fox Business, and he liked Tucker a lot, and he made it. It was appointment viewing for him. And the other night I saw Fox was still on. The Fox was still on during the Tucker time slot, but he wasn't watching.
Oh, really?
He was at the dining room table reading something, and the TV in the family room was still on.
And who was on? Who was doing Tucker's show?
I think Lawrence was filling in. They've been doing a roundabout kind of thing, but I think Lawrence was filling in. And, it wasn't terrible, but, it's not Tucker.
Right.
So this report says that MSNBC beat Fox News in demo ratings at 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 Eastern on Friday by an average of 35% in each time slot.
Oh, my gosh.
That is devastating.
That doesn't happen.
Oof.
MSNBC doing that.
I'll bet that hasn't happened since the late 90s, early 2000s. I'll bet it's been over 20 years.
And Tucker announced last night on Twitter that he's going to be taking his show to that platform. So that is going to be interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Going to be good.
Also, we're not the only ones who wish it was Donald Trump and not Joe Biden in the White House. That I mean, I miss him like a dad sometimes, and this is one of those times. After the exchange with the lawyer, I miss that. That's kind of fun. That's fun stuff. But Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban had a message for Donald Trump.
I'm sure that if President Trump was the president today, there would not be any war in the Ukraine or in Europe. Mr. President, come back, make America great again, bring us peace again.
Wow. Wow.
How's the Biden White House respond to that message?
They don't.
Yeah.
They ignore that message.
They have to.
Completely. Because what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Well, the guy's crazy. He also doesn't believe in climate change. That's what they'll say.
He's Hungary's MAGA leader.
Right. Yeah, right. So he's an extremist, a right-wing extremist, just like Trump. So if you do address it, that's how you address it. But I like Viktor Orban.
Oof.
I mean, I don't know. He might be committing heinous atrocities. I don't.
You're not familiar with what's happening in Hungary
that closely,
You don't
but
get news alerts whenever something happens in Hungary?
yeah. No, I don't. I actually don't. Let me tell you about Eden Pure Thunderstorms. You can purify the air in your home. You can get healthy, clean, fresh air. You can eliminate odors, kill mold and mildew, and bacteria and viruses with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. What it does is use oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, and that seeks out and destroys all the pollutants in your home. It's called the Thunderstorm because it makes your house smell like the air outside after a thunderstorm. Well, not in Texas, because we don't have any fresh air in Texas. But like if you live in Montana, you understand what I'm talking about. Right now, you can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. You get 3 units under $200, a fraction of the cost of others that you can pay $600 or more for. So you can put these all over the house, wherever you need it. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Put in the discount code PAT to save $200. That's Eden Pure Deals, EdenPure, EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT. Shipping is free.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Well, lucky for us, we don't have to worry about Donald Trump being in office.
Right.
We've got the fabulous Joe Robinette Biden.
Fabulous.
Here he was telling people, once again, don't jump twice in one day over the weekend.
Don't jump.
There it is again. What do you mean, don't jump? Wait, start over again, because
Is he
he's
looking up?
looking across
That's
at
a good
somebody.
point. Yeah.
Okay, he's in a kitchen or something. What the hell are you? What?
Don't jump.
I don't. What is the matter with this guy?
He sucks.
What is wrong with him? I mean, obviously, dementia is one thing. But that's not causing him to do the don't jump thing all the time.
That's his line.
It's so ridiculous. Stop it! Stop!
I mean, now he's doing it no matter what, whether he's looking up or looking over.
Yeah.
I mean,
he could be looking straight across at you. You're both on the ground floor.
Don't jump.
And he tells you not to jump. What do you mean? Where am I going to jump?
Let's see here. Let's see. 18% of Americans strongly approve of Joe Biden at this point.
18?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Strongly disapprove is up to 47%.
Okay.
Here's another fun fact. 32% of Americans say Biden has the mental sharpness it takes to serve effectively as president.
Yeah, that's in the same poll we
one
put
out of
earlier yesterday.
Okay. 49-42 Trump over Biden right now. And
that's up by 7. That's pretty. I mean, we got a long way to go, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Numbers don't lie.
Right.
There you go.
See. And I think part of the reason is he keeps saying don't jump, and people are just fed up with it. What do you mean? That's just stupid. Stop it. Stop it. We need somebody who doesn't say that all the time. That might be the impetus to get this guy out of office.
Okay.
Oh, and speaking of getting this guy out of office, today is supposedly the day when a huge bombshell report comes out.
Right.
I'm skeptical about that because how many times have we heard that kind of stuff?
I know.
How many times have we heard, oh, yes, there's going to be something dropped on Wednesday that you won't believe.
Okay.
Really? All right. Well, let's see. I hope it is.
Me too.
I hope it's earth-shattering. I hope it gets this guy out of office, gets him impeached, but I'm not optimistic about that being
We've
the
been
case.
burned too many times.
Too many times. Hey, we're gonna finally find out about aliens in space, space aliens, and their visitations here on Earth. Are we? Well, at least you would if it wasn't all redacted. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah,
and that's what the bombshell hunter investigation is going to give us too.
Yeah,
we found that.
So he's supposed to be, charged this week. We'll see. Indicted this week. So I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, and by doing that, we are going to, hopefully that branch reaches to the White House. But good luck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why would you want that? He's doing such a good job. You're his number one defender in this building.
I don't want him to jump. I don't want him to jump.
Well, we found out from Stephanie Rule in that interview.
She's the number one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, what are you married to him?
I can't remember if this clip that
cow.
we have on the docket here is from that same interview. I don't know if you guys played this clip where the staffer interrupts while Biden's answering.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, that was the Hunter one.
Is that?
Right?
Let's see.
That's the
I can't remember.
Yes, that's the Hunter answer.
Been gone for 5 or 6 days. Let's see what this
And
is.
you talk about fighting for the soul of
this
America.
Is the Hunter answer.
But can we level set in terms of the soul of America? Right now, hate crimes are on the rise. Random acts of gun violence. Women are under attack. Mr. President?
I'll do one.
I'll do one. What?
The answer is yes, because that's why we can't
What's this?
we cannot let this election be one where the same man who was president 4 years ago becomes president again.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. No, that's different than what the Hunter.
Yeah, somewhere in there, I can't remember.
As the Hunter answer, she asked a question, and then there was there was crosstalk. I mean, what is happening at MSNBC? Holy cow! I mean, we can't do a full interview without people yapping.
But I will say this: Stephanie Rule cleared everything up during that interview when she said that there's no tie between Joe Biden and Hunter Biden.
Oh, then we're done here.
There's no tie there. Now, you do have a personal problem, but I know there's no tie between you and your son.
I just saw a thing, right? That
she also wasn't she talking about you've got such a winning record.
Yeah, over and over and over. She talked about his wins.
That's right. We're tired of winning under Joe Biden. But no, wasn't there a thing, and I hope this is different than the bombshell, where, Hunter... It's like proven now that Hunter absolutely arranged meetings with Joe Biden when he was vice president with his business partners.
Yeah.
But remember, Joe has told us he's never talked business.
They never talked business.
Never talked business.
Well, there's no tie between them. What kind of tie could there be between a father and a son?
Nothing.
There couldn't be any tie there. And the guy still sticks to this.
The Biden administration.
No, not that.
Well, he was right.
He sticks to that too.
He does.
There is something personal that's affecting you. Your son, while there's no ties to you, could
your son, while there's no ties to you.
Oh my gosh.
be charged by your Department of Justice. How will that impact your presidency?
First of all, my son's done nothing wrong.
Oh.
I trust him. I have faith in him.
Well, you're a moron.
And it impacts my presidency by making me feel proud of him.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, there's a lot of things you could say about your son because you love him. Obviously, a father loves his son.
Absolutely, 100%.
And you want to defend him, but that's just asinine. That's just a moronic answer. When you've got video evidence of wrongdoing, when you've got, the FBI, the DOJ coming down on the guy, probably, when you've got congressional investigations going on, when we have all the evidence we have about what a douchebag Hunter Biden is, to say he's done nothing wrong?
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Do a little crack with some hookers and you're a douchebag
I
all
know.
of a sudden?
I know. I'm a little picky that way, that I don't think you should do blow off the stomach of a hooker. Call me Pollyanna.
Okay, Pollyanna. You got it.
Oh, that's bumming it.
You got it.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for calling me Pollyanna. Plus, apparently, Biden malfunctioned at an event honoring Chinese Americans as
I
well.
honored a group of trailblazing artists with national medals of arts and humanities.
Listen to this.
The group included groundbreaking Asian Americans like Vera Wang and Joan Shingang. I'm going to pronounce it right. Shanga Koala.
Koala?
I think I pronounced it correctly. She can call me Joe Biden.
Koala? As in the bear?
Okay, you seem confused. So,
As in the bear.
thankfully, whitehouse.gov provided a transcript.
Oh, good.
Can we please see there? There we go.
Okay,
now
and,
read it.
And Joan Xingyang Shin. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Shengaka Kawawawa. I think I pronounced it.
Oh, look, there
correctly.
it is in parentheses. They put the proper thing is Shigikawa. And he took Shigikawa or whatever it is, Shikawa, and made it Shengaka Kawawa.
That is awesome.
That is incredible.
Well, actually, hold on. Look, I gave him more credit. I'm sorry. They took Shigikawa. He made it Shingang Shin. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Shengaka Kawawa. All from Shigikawa.
I think I pronounced it correctly.
Oh my God.
Why would you think that? You weren't even close.
Please play that again.
Yeah, one more time. At least one more time.
That is
and maybe more.
unbelievable.
Okay.
I honored a group of trailblazing artists with national medals of arts and humanities. The group included groundbreaking Asian Americans like Vera Wang and Joan Shingang. I'm going to pronounce it right. Shanga Koala.
Koala.
I think I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, I think so
She can call me Joe Biden.
Oh, jeez. Joan Koala. The renowned artist Joan Koala.
I don't
named
know.
After the bears.
I don't know.
I guess
artist.
she's from China, and they're a big fan of koala bears, and so they named her after them.
Where the bears are from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they live in China.
Wait, what? Can we fact
They live
check
in
that?
Australia,
Can we
right?
fact check that?
But we're talking about Asians, so certainly they exist in China as well. Am I right? Or maybe it was that Joan Koala's family just spent a lot of time in Australia. I don't know. One of the two.
I thought that's where they were from.
I just can't take it with this guy. Other than dementia, something is radically wrong with him. He is the weirdest dude who has ever held office.
Yeah, so 1 in 3 Americans think that he's mentally sharp enough to hold the office of president, and yet he has 42% in polls against Trump.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
That is
hard to believe.
Gross.
I will say, though, his latest approval rating, one of the polls we just had, was 36%, which is his worst ever. By far. Well, by about 2 points, I think.
Well, he said in that interview with, what's-her-face, Stephanie, that every president has been that low at this time in the presidency.
Yeah, I think we spent some time on that one on the Glenn Beck program yesterday. Stu looked into those numbers.
And found that they were...
wildly inaccurate.
Really?
Yeah. A total and complete lie. But only by, in some cases, 65 percentage points.
Wow.
Just everyone.
Yeah.
Just everyone.
Every president who's ever won re-election has been through it. No. In fact, quite the opposite. It's just the opposite of what you said. So in that case,
you're
exactly
correct.
right. Exactly right. Wow. If you're doing opposite day, thank you for that information. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got much more, and Jeffy will chew the fat next. let's see. We got some tweets here, and then we get to chewing the fat. Plague Doctor MD. So, Plague Doctor MD. Since Jeffy kept us informed each day with his Fat 5, I feel it's only logical for Keith to roll in this morning with the Thin 10.
With the Thin 10?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. If you got a Thin 10, Keith, get it ready for us.
Wait, is that 10 animal videos? What are we talking about?
Ooh, that would not be good.
No, that's not what. That's not what.
That wasn't.
I think we're talking really good stories. Really good stories. Riveting
stories.
Oh, I just put them over there for you.
Zippy the Grease Monkey. Is this the same E. Jean Carroll that told Anderson Cooper, "Oh, I think rape is sexy"?
Right.
Didn't she? She did.
Well,
say
she
that.
talked about how some
clip.
people think it is. Yeah.
We got to find that clip. We just played it a couple weeks ago.
Some people think it is, not she thinks it is.
I thought that was the case, that she was talking about a lot of people think that rape is sexy.
Who would think that? What? What are you talking about? Come on now.
Pat.
No. No. Plus,
Wait,
according to experts, psychologists, it's not even about sexuality.
Correct.
It's about violence.
Right.
So
it's the power and overwhelming. Right. Yes.
Yes. Dan the Man tweets, I think CNN is starting to see the telling the truth niche in the market.
It's available now.
Hey, guys, did you notice that when we report what actually happens, our ratings go up? Yeah, there might be something here. Yeah, maybe. Adrian Slade tweets, I know Joe Biden keeps telling us don't jump, but I can't help longing to swan dive to the pavement from an 8th-story window whenever he speaks. I feel your pain, I do. I feel your pain. And Ape Lincoln tweets, Joe Biden is to Burisma as Pat Gray is to Kexi. So you're saying there's some involvement there with maybe a tie between Joe and his son. Possibly. Possible. That's possible. Also, a reporter actually did her job. Well, sort of. I mean, she couched it in a way that I thought, okay, you're just you're trying to give him an out here. But a reporter asked KJP yesterday, hey, how come Biden talks? I mean, she didn't put it like this. Why does he talk about some of these mass shootings? He's so concerned about them, and then not others. He doesn't even mention them. Mm-hmm. Why is that? How does he decide? Here's how she put it, though.
Buffalo, you mentioned Uvalde, the president traveled there. You said it's frustrating to talk about this over and over again. Is it frustrating for the president? And is that part of the calculation that you're not having him talk about every shooting because of the frequency that...
See, she's giving the out.
She sure does.
She gave the out during the question.
Of course.
Drives me out of my mind. All right, let's see the rest of this.
How do you make the decision of where he goes and which events he talks about because of how much they're happening right now?
In case I'm not clear, it is frustrating for the president. It is frustrating for the first lady. It is frustrating for the vice president. It is frustrating for the second gentleman.
I can't
that there is this gun violence epidemic going on, which is why the president has signed 24 executive actions to try to do everything that he can from his perch, from the executive perch, to do everything that he can.
From his perch.
And so,
from his perch.
Again, we're going to call on Congress to act.
We're hearing that word too much.
They have
lately.
to.
They have to.
Yeah. They have to. I just said 14,000 Americans. 14,000 Americans have dealt with this type of violence, gun violence across the country. This is the only country in the world that has this going on right now. The only country.
No, that's not true.
That has to deal with gun violence,
shooting in
mass shootings
somewhere else
in this way. That shouldn't be.
You know what's frustrating? I'll tell you what's frustrating. The American people is you never answering a question. Mm-hmm. That's frustrating as hell. She didn't get anywhere near an answer to what was actually asked.
Well, she started yesterday. I don't even know if we have it. I haven't looked at the clip sheet, but she started yesterday with what we talked about yesterday and the 200 mass shootings already this year, which is
bogus.
And AP immediately was like, no, that's not true. I mean, she started out. I mean, we're
AP fact checked.
Yes, I've got it somewhere. Really? But I mean, seeing that reminded me of that. I was just like, no, it's just not true.
Oh, they love stats like
lie.
That. Yeah, it's May. and there have been 200 mass shootings like what happened in Allen, Texas? No. I mean, are there too many? Yes. Do I know how to stop it? No. But I do know this. Lying about it and trying to take people's guns away from them will not fix it.
Correct.
That's not going to fix it.
There's
something deeper going on here that we need to address. One of them is mental health. And the other, to me, is we've lost our caring for life. We've lost our sensibilities for human life.
Agreed.
And what has desensitized so many people? It's usually teens. It's almost always in virtually every case, but maybe one or two that I can think of, like the Las Vegas shooting. They're under 30. Are video games playing into this? I mean, I think we need to look at that. Let's look at that. Let's do some studies. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing, but something has desensitized our children to human life.
When did we take prayer and stuff out of school?
Oh, yeah, 1962.
When did we take...
Yeah, that's another thing.
I'm not saying it has anything.
Turn our back on God.
Heaven forbid.
I know.
And you talked about which mass shootings the president decides he wants to discuss and doesn't, and this administration wants to discuss. I did appreciate this tweet from Wokeness that said a trans terrorist kills a bunch of Christian kids and writes a manifesto. 7 weeks later, there's still no motive, according to the media and this administration. Hispanic man shoots up a mall and kills several white people. Media 1 day later, white supremacy.
Incredible.
And by the way, I know you don't want to say the name of the shooter in Allen, Texas, but can I just point out that the name Mauricio
Garcia?
Literally means dark-skinned or more.
Really?
M-O-O-R.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's
but
interesting.
It's a white supremacist.
Yeah, right.
Shooting up the place.
Well, he's a neo-Nazi that also praised the trans killer in Nashville. So there's all kinds.
There's something else there, man.
So that's
the government is involved in this. I swear they are.
The way Biden decides what mass shooting he's going to talk about is whether it was done by a person on the right or a person on the left. If it's done by a person from the left, he doesn't talk about it. Right. If they can make it into some MAGA Republican thing, they absolutely will. That's how he decides. And to think otherwise is at least incredibly naive, and probably at best, but stupid. But stupid. You're just ignoring reality. All right. So tonight,
all right, chewing the fat. Don't forget tonight. We're doing chewing the fat. Let's go.
Right.
I've got a couple of stories I need to get to. Fat Five.
Long tweet segment. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, your name is Jeffy. That much is true. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is chew the fat. Jeffy, he does as he pleases.
Unless Amber's home.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Which he can say because he knows she's not listening.
Right,
so he can
Correct.
pretend. We can pretend all we want right now.
There's no pretending going on. Get yours started in the kitchen. Where you belong.
Right. Right. Okay, we got it.
6 months. Congrats. A couple of quick ones that didn't actually make it to the Chewing the Fat segment, but it has to. I mean, breaking news. 6 months after being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, country legend, you know her, you love her, Dolly Parton, has announced she will be releasing her very first rock album.
Finally.
Congratulations.
How long have you been waiting for that? I've been waiting for that since 1974.
She said, I'm a rock star now in her tweet. And in the tweet, it shows the picture of her album cover. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, rock star from Dolly Parton. Yay.
I will say, she looks pretty good there. You know? For what is she, 80?
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
She's got to be close to that.
She's close to that.
78, 80, 81. I mean, that does not look like a woman of that age. I mean, I'm sure there's been some tweakage.
What?
Maybe a nip or a nip or a tuck.
Tweakage.
How dare
77.
you?
7. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll be fun.
What's interesting about this album is that, according to Consequence, and you may remember them as Consequence of Sound, they're just known as Consequence now, shared the full track list for the 30-song album. There are going to be 9 new original tunes, including the title track, which features Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora. I don't know if Bon shows up or if Richie was a part of the Bon Jovi COVID song.
Social distance, what this world needs is your hug.
I don't know that Richie is on this.
Vaccination, there's no substitute for love. So love yourself and love your family, love your neighbor and friend. Anytime you love a stranger, just a friend you ain't had yet.
I mean, awesome
Brilliant.
stuff.
Brilliant.
Awesome
I hope
stuff.
that's on the
I
album.
hope so too.
But his version of it, he and Jennifer What's-Her-Face there, they need to be the ones.
Without Dolly?
Yeah.
Dolly's album?
Well, Dolly can be like a background singer.
She's also going to sing a Stairway to Heaven with
oh my God.
with Lizzo. She's going to do Open Arms with Steve Perry.
Now we're talking sacrilege.
There's a lady
She's going to do Night
sure.
Moves with Chris Stapleton.
Stop it.
And she's going to, and she's reuniting Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
And they're going to sing Let It Be. Now, remember, we got news that Ringo and Paul were supposed to be recording with the Stones. Maybe they were doing this instead of the Stones. Yeah, there was rumors that
I don't think I heard
Ringo and Paul were going to the studio when the Stones have been recording a new album. So, I mean, maybe they were doing this and that. I'm not sure, but maybe
really sad that this never happened while George and John were alive.
I know.
It would have been cool for the Beatles to get together one more time at least. And I remember back in the day, in the late 70s, there was always talk of some promoter wanting to give them $1 million apiece, which back then was actual money. That was real money.
That's what $1 million was, $1 million.
And they wouldn't. They wouldn't even get together for $1 million, or which would probably be more like $30 million today.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Oh man.
Today. Wow. What? Like, I'm just saying, if John hadn't been assassinated, and they had stayed apart for all this time and then did a reunion tour now, how much that would gross.
They don't even need to do a reunion tour. They just need to do a show.
One show,
Just to do a show. Yeah. Be together.
Somebody would pay them $1 billion to do that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
And it'd be worth it.
For
the audience that you would get, can you imagine? That would be something.
I just want you to know that the Georgia Bulldogs, the national champion Georgia football team, the Bulldogs, have said that they're not going to attend the White House.
Oh no!
Which is normally happens.
Yeah.
But they want you to know that it has nothing to do with
politics.
Okay,
what does it have to do with?
It's just scheduling.
Oh, it's scheduling. They can't find the time between now and the start of next football season.
The White House wanted us there on June 12th.
Yeah, can't do
it. And that's just not.
Well,
feasible.
how does the 15th work out?
Look at the time.
Solid.
You keep hitting us with the days we wash our hair.
Yeah, right.
Can't work out the time.
Well, and then on the 21st, which was another option, we're cleaning our lint screen on our dryer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing
you
that
do that another
sucks,
day?
No.
I'm really kind of upset that the Bulldogs aren't going on June 12th because he's going to honor 2 other national champions that day, like the LSU women's basketball team and some other team. I forget who it is. But we would have had the triple crown of don't jumps that day at all of these events, man.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Oh, well. Congratulations are in order as well to Robert De Niro, 79 years of age right now. He's the father of a brand spanking new baby.
Oh, man.
He's out hawking his new movie, About My Father, out later this month, by the way. And in a recent interview with E.T., Canada's Brittany Blair, who brought up to him that he's got 6 kiddos, Drana, Raphael, Julian, Elliot, Aaron, and Helen. He replied, 7, actually. I just had a baby. And congratulations, he went on.
That's his significant other.
Yeah,
right there.
They believe this is the mother, Tiffany Chin. He met her on the set of The Intern back in 2015. Now he was still married at the time that he was doing The Intern, so I'm sure that there was no on-set business.
No. Not if he was married at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure the business took place later.
Yes,
right.
well,
right.
Because back in March, TMZ caught Tiff and Bob making their way out of some event, and you can hear someone say, "Hey, come on, guys, she's pregnant." Back in March, so it's been there. So congratulations,
it's been there,
Bob, number 7.
He's agonizing.
Oh man!
Which I know you're a huge Robert De Niro fan.
I am for his
but
work.
He makes it
for
hard,
his work, but yes, he does because he talked in this interview. He talked about he doesn't see himself as a cool pop, and that he disagrees with his kiddos from time to time, especially the younger ones. Yeah, that's because you're you, Robert Douche Niro. That's because you're you.
By the way, when this kid graduates college, that's going to be awesome having De Niro there at over 100 years old at the ceremony.
He's going to have to continue to work, man. This last divorce that he had, he was crying poor, saying that.
Come on.
Well,
Really?
yeah, he was saying. I mean, he had to work and he wanted to retire, and the wife was taking all this money from him. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't know how much money he has now. Probably a couple $100 million, maybe. I don't know how.
Do you get by on that?
I don't know.
He could invest it with the Birch Gold Group. That would be a really good idea. Yeah, because inflation does have consequences, and as the Fed raises interest rates to combat out of control government spending, long-term bonds have diminished in value, crippling banks. Depositors are holding their breath, and investors are bailing out on bank stocks. So you need to diversify. Consider gold. Birch Gold makes it easy to convert like an IRA or your 401k into an IRA in precious metals. Just text PAT to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold. Go over that with a fine-tooth comb and decide whether or not it's right for you. And you can add this to your portfolio. Text PAT to 989898. Claim your free info kit on gold today. It's got an A+ rating with the BBB. Thousands of happy customers, and countless 5-star reviews. Birch Gold, that's who you need to protect your future. Text PAT to 989898 today.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And great to have you here with us. Otherwise, what would the point be?
Right?
Yeah.
Seriously.
If we were here but you weren't, then it'd be stupid.
Especially now that we have a door, it would be closed and you wouldn't be having sound escape
this is your
or
first
anything.
experience with it. What do you think?
Well, I know I got up here yesterday and I did a little video on Twitter just detailing how just lovely it is.
Beautiful.
You can see that it's sideways. Lovely. It trips me when I go through it. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah. The raised track
I will say,
thing.
yes.
Seriously, every time.
Dangerous.
I will say I'm just laying the groundwork here. All right, it's very dangerous, and there's something could happen.
You're in the workplace.
That's correct.
Okay, hold on. If you're an attorney listening right now, listen to what Jeff Fisher is saying because you're going to need to reference this in court later.
There's a rumor.
He said it.
Maybe this wasn't the actual door they were waiting for, right? That it got.
I don't know that that's.
So maybe they'll change it again. Who knows?
I hope that no one trips and falls before that.
Jeffy, smile.
That would be.
I'm going to document this on Twitter timeline here. How the door is ajar and how raised up it is.
Right.
We're good.
All right, we got some tweets here. M tweets. I never thought about it until that clip. But what does the sign language interpreter do during Biden's speeches?
I know. I almost said something.
Don't jump.
I'm glad that somebody caught it. I mean, you just have to kind of stretch, right?
Yeah, I guess. From Tatey Stevens, the need to place a health and audience warning. They need to, is I think what maybe they meant here. They need to place a health and audience warning before every Joe Biden speech because you're bound to lose brain cells. Yeah, just listening to him. It's true. You get stupider as you listen.
The whole thing.
Wes Usury. I'm standing my ground. We need common sense gun control. Get a gun. Get trained. Carry your gun always. Be prepared to protect yourself and those around you.
Yeah, I was surprised with the Allen shooting that no one there appeared to be armed and ready to take action. Instead, you had cars speeding away from the scene instead of mowing them over.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, man.
Angelicam tweets desensitization in our children started with the legislation of abortion. And maybe before that.
Yeah, I think before.
At least it started before this round of abortion discussions. Hammy tweets, don't be the guy that blames video games, Pat. Blame the fact that I can't open Twitter without seeing someone die horribly. We had video games in the early aughts when I was in high school, and it wasn't like this. Yeah, I'm not saying definitively it's because of video games. I'm just saying
the desensitization.
Yes, people are being desensitized somehow to human life.
Yes.
And your point is a good one, and we've made it before. How about turning your back on God?
Yeah.
I
really feel like that.
That's maybe our biggest problem. But I don't know. It's time to look at factors other than, well, it's a gun! And mental health. What are you going to do about mental health? We can't put everybody in an asylum.
We can try. I'm not really necessarily opposed to
that. And perhaps this administration will try to do that.
Well, that's the thing. Who decides what is the mental health?
Right.
You and I are definitely going
for
behind
sure.
Bars.
Absolutely. When concentration camps begin, if this
it's mental health. It's mental health.
We're gonna put Glenn and Pat, and Jeffy and Keith. They're going to be the first ones to go behind the fencing
for their safety.
All right,
for their safety, of course.
Yes, we care about them so much. Caffeinated Texan tweets on video games. I submit to the possibility that an unhinged person may choose to emulate in-game behavior in a horrific way, taking it into real life. I don't think the game actually made them unhinged. Right? Yeah, you're talking about troubled people to begin with, and then you're playing, first person shooting games, 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day. There have been people who have died from playing video games nonstop. We've had stories like that. He played for 26 straight hours and died at the end of it. Lawler RN tweets, love them all three together. Oh, us, I guess, right?
Oh, well.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
I think they need to quit making fun of poor Jeffy.
Don't thank you.
Happy
Take
Wednesday.
it back. Take back our thank you.
Thank you.
Man.
No.
Thank you.
Don't.
I can't think of it. Have we made fun of you? Really? Keith, can you think of a time? Because we don't tolerate fat shaming on this program.
No, it's fat affirming.
We made that very, very clear. Fat affirming. And anytime we talk about Jeffy's fatness, we're just affirming the fact that, yes, he's fat.
Oh,
we
my
got
God.
Let me eat!
I never realized that he... Until you said that, I didn't even notice.
Right?
That he was...
I know. Overweight. Giblets at Large tweets, sorry, Pat, Dolly and Lizzo version of Stairway to Heaven will be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It's going to be awesome.
Before Foreigner.
Oh, that hurts.
It does.
That hurts. That's true, too.
I can't wait to see if they get nominated this year. They and Tommy James and the Shondells, because he was responsive.
Yeah.
To both of those suggestions.
Well, they've got to do something because this past induction was just terrible.
Maybe the worst ever.
Just terrible.
I like Sheryl Crow. Is she a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame candidate, though? Well, not only candidate, but inductee.
Yeah.
She sure is if Dolly Parton is.
Yes, that's right. And Willie Nelson.
Jeez, love Willie Nelson. I don't know why you have such hate for Willie Nelson.
Do you actually
like Willie Nelson? Yes.
This is kind of off tangent here. Surprise! It's Pat Gray Unleashed. But there's a video been going around from I think 1962. Shows Willie Nelson in a suit and tie and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea that he used to be clean cut and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it will blow your mind because it's the same voice.
Yeah, it's
completely different looking
Willie,
cat up there, and it is mind blowing. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Because he just went apparently, country western, went through this rebel phase, right? This renegade, and he never went back.
And he doesn't need to.
Right.
And he never doesn't need to.
Were there some important items that we didn't get to in the chewing the fat segment?
Well, yeah,
because I cut you off
short.
a little abruptly. Yeah,
it's a little hurt actually. Well, I mean, for sure, I didn't get a chance to since we here in the United States of America have and will have more visitors in the coming days from El Salvador and Guatemala and Mexico. To name a few countries, it's Mother's Day in those countries today.
What?
So in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Mexico, it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day, and feel free to go back and celebrate. Just passing that along.
Yeah. What a xenophobe! Wow, what a hater you are, Jeffy.
Happy to go back. So we got good news surrounding Alzheimer's too. I mean, I've got a couple of other
Seriously?
a couple other stories that I'll do about the naked sunbather. I'll do that in Chewing the Fat today, which you should subscribe to. Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcast. But good news surrounding Alzheimer's. An Alzheimer drug developed by Eli Lilly slowed cognitive and functional decline for people with early stages of the disease. It said people on the experimental drug donanemab slowed decline by 35% compared to the placebo. So measuring daily activities, driving, finances, talking about current events. So the study could lead to a new commercially available drug. They said they're going to submit an application by the end of June to the FDA. So it's an exciting day for that. Donanemab. I don't know what they're going to call it.
If you're having problems with your cognitive ability, contact your doctor. And how do you spell it? Because it's important for people to know about this stuff. D-O-N.
Where's my word for? I want to make sure I spell it. Donanemab.
It's
correctly.
Not a very easy word.
No.
It needs a better.
Donanemab. Donanemab.
To quote Pat Gray, it's just that.
It's just that easy.
Just like it sounds. Sound it out,
dummy. And one story that I want to get to, because the trans movement in the world, I hope they've got to start to realize that hollering and screaming and treating people poorly is not winning anybody over. You just aren't winning anybody over. And there's a video making the rounds of a trans employee at a Starbucks in the UK that apparently, I guess, got his, her, they, them in a panties in a wad after being misgendered.
Somebody used a wrong pronoun.
Yeah. So this happened.
Boy. Okay.
Absolutely not. Don't ever call me transphobic. Ever. You do not know me.
You're being transphobic, Karen. Get out.
Call me transphobic.
You are transphobic. Now get out.
I want a refund.
You're not having one. Go to the police. Hi, get out.
Absolutely.
You are trespassing now.
They've got cameras.
You are trespassing. Get out. Get out. You are trespassing.
And now he sees somebody's filming it.
We said something transphobic.
You actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the person with the video, with the phone,
gets attacked.
Is attacked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we find out now that that's the end of this, where he just attacks, trying to get his phone back. Starbucks has said they terminated this trans employee. Pretty amazing.
Oh. Wait, the employee is trans, not the customer.
Correct.
So that was actually a female.
Nobody, don't even try.
No, okay.
Just don't dwell on it.
Can we use they to refer to him or her?
Yes.
Well, have you asked?
I haven't.
Them
well,
they?
don't. You might get hollered at. That's the whole point. That was the whole point why he was misgendered by this lady.
So the trans person,
or she was misgendered.
Trans person got fired.
It's impossible.
Yes. Okay. And Starbucks said, we don't tolerate that kind of behavior. We're sorry for the experience this customer had. Okay.
All right.
I mean, okay. I just might.
There's
like to know that doesn't win anyone over.
Chewing the Fat. Thank you. Thank you for
doesn't win anyone over at all.
That positive vibe.
I know. Thank you. Just gosh darn it, don't holler at people.
Right. Now, out of 8 billion people, is that true in every case that it's harmful, or is there somebody who actually thrives on hate? You know, in California, they just set up a hotline to report hate acts.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
When did the reparations start for that? Then?
Pretty soon.
Oh, I thought Newsom wasn't going to be for it.
Yeah, Newsom has not taken a stance on cash payments yet. So
no, he seems to be going away from that.
But we have a hate hotline.
Hate hotline
for what?
For hate acts.
For hate acts.
Yeah. Through the hotline, Californians will be able to tell on their neighbors for committing hate acts, which the service explicitly states do not always include violence. So, I want an end to sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me because that's what this is about.
That's been lost a long time ago, though, for real.
Here, a hate incident is a hostile expression or action. Expression or action that may be motivated by bias against another person's actual or perceived identity. Wait a minute. Isn't their perceived identity their actual identity? Why did you separate that? You can't have it both ways. Which is it? Perpetrators may be motivated by different discriminatory biases, including but not limited to bias based on race, color, disability, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender, including gender identity. Some examples of hate incidents are refusing service. Right, you're not supposed to do that. I mean, you can't.
Right.
Based on any of these things. Although, we used to say we reserve the right to deny anybody service in this establishment.
Freedom of association.
Yeah, you can't do that now. So this does include, according to the website on the new hate crime legislation that's being bandied about in California, derogatory name calling is part of the hate acts. What? So you can't call, if you call somebody a name, I can be fined by the state of California or imprisoned, or
I could call that number every day on the show. I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't really. Who is it that's attacking you on a daily basis? We've got to put a stop to that.
Yeah, Jeffy, who's doing that?
I will not abide it.
1-888.
Pat doesn't like this.
I don't like it.
Do they give the number?
Can I tell you something? There is no room for fat shaming on this show.
Well, why would there not be any room for fat shaming, Jeffy? Pat?
I don't know.
You can see what happens is
when the fat takes up every square inch,
there's no extra room.
There's no extra room.
Yeah.
You can't have hate in there as well.
Oh, okay.
You never did get that number from Pat, did you?
No, I did not.
That's good.
I'm still looking for the number. I don't think it's contained in the story.
Let me look here.
Google it.
Oh, shoot.
Google it.
I know. I want
Can't
the hate.
find it.
I want the hate report number.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. All right. Mother's Day is Sunday. I don't know. Has it sunk in yet? Seems like it sneaked up on us, despite
no
the fact,
kidding.
It's May 14th. It shouldn't have, but because we love our moms and our wives, our sisters, girlfriends, whatever. We always look for a really good way to express that. There's no better way than a bouquet from Books. 20% off right now, and you're welcome. So. If you remember all those things that you put your mom through back in the day, and you feel like, hey, you know what? I should do something really nice for Mother's Day. Do this. They offer a huge selection of unique designs you'll never find on those other sites. You could pick, say, tulips, lilies, or just send a bright and beautiful bouquet to make up for those gray hairs that you gave her growing up. Sunday, Mother's Day. Don't let it get by without you doing something special. Go to Books.com. Use a promo code PAT for 20% off. That's BOUQS. Books.com. Promo code PAT.
Pat Gray.
All right. It's Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where we just received these. It's Just James tweets De Niro, meaning Robert De Niro, is just an angry old doofus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I like Jeffy's douche Niro.
Robert Douche Niro.
True Grit Newsman, just call it the Music Hall of Fame.
That's
right, because they keep putting in other types of artists. High Plains.
They're influential to the rock.
Here we go.
Were
world.
they? Really?
Yeah.
Really? So, Willie Nelson influenced a lot of rockers?
Yes.
Megadeth, man. They were just like, boy, that Willie Nelson guy.
Couldn't get enough of... No, that's Kenny Rogers. I can't even... Can I even name a Willie Nelson song off the top of my head? I don't know. I don't think so. Name me a Willie Nelson song. The most popular... But he belongs in the Rock Hall of Fame, right? You can't even name one song of his.
There's so many.
I keep thinking To All the Girls I Loved Before, but was that...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him, right?
Yeah.
That's not Kenny Rogers. That's
no, it's
that's Willie Nelson.
Willie and what's his face?
Willie and Waylon and the Boys.
No, Willie and the opera singer guy.
Oh yeah. Placido Domingo.
Yeah. Was it Placido?
I think so. It's not. It's Placido Domingo.
No, but I love. He's in big trouble now. I mean, he's been in big trouble.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah,
is it? Yeah.
Allow me to introduce myself. That's my favorite clip when he was on the Muppets. I believe it's on my board actually, but don't worry about finding it now. But I love it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Placido Domingo.
And finally, from High Plains Stranger, I heard one of the side effects of the new Alzheimer's drug is shouting things inappropriately, like "Don't jump."
That could be part of the study. That's funny.
Oh man, but that's really good news that there's something that's effective. At slowing the effects.
Absolutely,
of Alzheimer's.
That's huge.
That's great. What's it called again? Donanemab.
Donanemab.
All right. Tonight. Yes. What else?
I was just going to say I was going to call the hate line or the no hate line
in California.
I got the number 8338 no hate, and or I could go to
8338 no hate.
It's just that simple. I went to the website and that's fascinating.
Yeah,
fascinating that California is doing this, and you can use your voice to report hate.
Yeah, and then a police officer will show up. Yeah, somebody called me a mean name. Okay,
it says
we'll get a cruiser right over there, ma'am. Yeah, he said a not nice thing to me.
1 out of 12. We've got a hate crime.
Calling all cars.
A woman has just been called the B word. Sent help. Said, I need backup.
He's saying it again. He's repeating the word. God.
I repeat, he's repeating the word.
I mean, California is...
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Wow.
It's too late to kiss it goodbye because it left so long ago.
It's already gone.
There's no saving it. There's so much going on to talk about today. I mean, you got the Trump verdict where he is out $5 million. The jury found him guilty of, or accountable, or whatever it is in the civil trial, for sexual abuse.
Right. Not rape, though.
But not rape.
Right.
So if the rape didn't happen, shouldn't it all be just tossed out?
One would think.
Yeah.
One would think.
But no, she's getting the money anyway.
If you're going to accuse someone of that, of the crime of rape, there should be repercussions whether it's found this way or not. Whether you're found completely innocent or whatever they ended up doing for Trump there should be repercussions for that serious of a charge. You're ruining people's lives, like the punter for the Bills.
Yeah,
right?
Matt. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us.
Holy cow!
I mean, this has cost the man millions of dollars. His reputation is ruined. He lost his gig in the NFL, and he is beyond a shadow of a doubt innocent of this claim.
I don't think I know the story. What happened?
Matt Arza?
Yeah.
Is it Ariza, right?
Ariza, yeah, I think. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Araiza. Matt Ariza. Araza. We'll say Araza. We'll go with Araza.
The guy from San Diego State who was drafted as a punter into the NFL because he had an 82-yard punt at one point. This guy's insanely good at his craft.
He signed with the Bills. He did make a little money. He made a couple $100,000, but his contract, which was for over $3 million, that went away when the Bills cut him because they released him saying that when there was a civil suit filed in August against him, and the Bills said, it's bigger than football, so we're going to let him go. Okay, and he has denied all allegations from the very beginning that he was part of this rape at a party
that he led her to
San
a room,
Diego State,
right? Where she was supposedly gang raped.
This is part of the San Diego State case.
Yes. So in December, the San Diego State, they said that he wouldn't be charged with the crime.
All right.
After the civil lawsuit was then filed. Now we find out this week in this report that he wasn't even there.
He had already left the party.
He had already left
before any kind of sex occurred, and they showed her videos of her having sex at this party, which apparently showed that she was not intoxicated, and she apparently was in no discomfort, was not saying
no,
was not pushing back, was
it.
not saying no. And then after one video, they had several, because she had sex with several men at that party. After the first one, she was like, all right, I've seen enough. Meanwhile, this guy has lost his job, his livelihood, his reputation. Will he ever be employed in the NFL?
That's bad.
I don't know the answer to that question. I mean, what happens now? I mean, and what are the repercussions of falsely accusing someone?
There should be some, and they should be severe.
Should they be the same?
Gotta stop.
How about the same sentence that the rapist would have gotten? If it's shown that, if it's proven that you fabricated this, goodbye. Whatever the sentence would have been, put it in front of a judge and let him decide.
Well, I mean, she'll say she just misremembered.
Sorry
about it.
I see.
The very least you can do is pay the attorney fees of the person who
you
the
have
least.
to.
The least.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that Subway case where this woman brought a suit against them for having no tuna in their tuna salad.
Yeah.
She won, right?
No.
Oh, she didn't win that one.
No, she lost.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, she didn't lose yet. I don't think it's been adjudicated. But the deal is she's withdrawing her claim, or she wants the lawsuit to be dropped because she's pregnant now and she doesn't want to deal with it. Okay. Well, Subway said, well, okay, but you got to pay her $600,000 in attorney fees. That should absolutely happen.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I think we mentioned this Subway lawsuit. Lawsuit thing. Just, really, there needs to be something. There needs to be reform to where
something has to be done.
Thank you. Doesn't have to be the right thing. Just do something about it. But maybe the right thing is to make the loser pay attorney's fees. Like if you bring a lawsuit against, for instance, in this case, Subway, and you lose or withdraw the suit or whatever, you got to pay. You have to pay the accused's attorney fees. Isn't that fair?
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
I feel that's fair. Yes.
In addition to everything going on with this lawsuit now, the accusers apparently walked back their claims that there was no tuna in the tuna salad. They said in a filing that they couldn't determine whether the tuna was 100% sustainably caught skipjack or it might have been yellowfin tuna. Wait, what?
Skipjack.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
So the judge rejected the plaintiff's claim that reasonable consumers would expect only tuna and nothing else.
Right.
And the judge called it a fact of life that mayonnaise is going to be used in it.
Sorry, I can't
life.
help you out with the mayonnaise issue.
This guy has to have been appointed by Donald Trump.
Okay, what's his name?
Let's see. As some agent,
it's a fact of life.
It just says a U.S. district judge rejected the claim. That's
the
too
one
bad.
appointed by Trump.
Well, I'll find out. I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, hang on. I got his name.
Yeah.
Stand by.
All right. For news.
See, he was appointed by. I tell you, I don't know how this new computer defaults to freaking Bing.
Do you remember when you think
Obama?
Think Bing is going to be good?
Yeah, and then you try it.
It's
Obama.
And so 5 years later, you think, okay, this is going to be good this time, right? Because they wouldn't relaunch it like they always. I mean, for some reason they're promoting it. It must be good now.
It's going to work.
And then you find no, it's still not good.
Catch that though? That was an Obama judge that did that.
Really
interesting.
Huh? How about?
But they talk about in legalese and when you're involved with a court case, what will make you whole, right?
Yeah.
What will it take to make you whole and basically get you back to neutral to where you were? Well, in a case like the punter for the Bills, it's going to take a lot. You called me a rapist. I'm clearly not. You cost me millions. Right. I don't work in the profession that I am suited for. That kind of serious stuff really needs to be more than lawyers' fees. And obviously, the accuser isn't going to have millions of dollars sitting around, or she wouldn't have made this charge to begin with.
That's what his attorneys were saying, that this was all just a
money
shot
grab
at his money anyway.
That's unconscionable.
Punitive time.
You just ruined the guy's life.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, hopefully he'll get back to where he should be, like in the NFL and making money and nobody thinking, here's a guy who's a rapist on our team. And it's just sad that they dismissed him already without even looking into it's too much. We're not going to deal with it.
It's bigger than football.
And that's their prerogative, but it also is un-American. Mm-hmm. Wait at least until we have something.
I mean, there's plenty of things that have happened to players in the NFL being accused of things.
That's for sure.
That continue to play.
That's for sure. Tonight at midnight, Title 42 expires.
Yay!
All right. Party time.
Thank you. Finally,
Yay!
that hateful regulation goes away.
Yeah. Bad.
So they expect hundreds of thousands of our close personal friends to sneak across the border. Well, they don't have to sneak. They just come across the border. Then stream, all over the country. So it's going completely unchallenged by the Biden administration. But here's a Democratic congressman explaining why people come to the U.S.
Clip 1.
It's hard to find because it's right at the top.
It's a far upper left corner
of the list.
We need an orderly process. I agree with you, Joe. That's absolutely something that we need to do. What House Democrats want to also make sure that we focus on are these root causes of migration. People are fleeing in difficult and dangerous conditions. They're fleeing economic issues. They're fleeing because of climate change, and they aren't able to farm the land that they used to farm with
right,
hurricanes.
Congressman, I totally get this, but we've been saying this for 4, 5, 10, 15 years. There is a massive crisis at the southern border right now. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but it's only getting worse.
But it's climate change. He just explained it, Joe.
He did.
No
what are you not getting about this, Mr. Scarborough? Climate change is causing this.
Yeah, because they can't farm, what they're used to. No. You know what? I'll tell you what. It's almost to the point where have we not emptied out South America and Central America?
It sure feels like
if you're here, then you know what? We'll just go down there and we'll see if we can farm it. I mean, are we not there yet? Because it's feeling awfully close.
I'm sorry. Do we have a different climate than they're subjected to as well? What are you coming here with? We're the worst for climate, I thought. We're polluting it more than anybody else, which we're not. That's China. But if climate change is the reason they came here, how's it going to help them to be here where we're also affected by climate change? Supposedly. Catastrophically, in fact. And if you don't believe that, you're a science denier, is what you are. So, this is incredible. Michael Yon discussed what it looks like in Central America.
Oh, yeah, staging grounds.
As the illegals head northward.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of the Chinese actually will start in Mexico. They'll start in like Cancun. The ones who can really afford it, they will. It's easy for them to get a visa to go on vacation in Cancun, and so they'll just start from Mexico, right? So it's not like this is the only route. But right now, the instantaneous rate here is more than 400,000 per year, and that's according to the Panamanian government. Told me about 2 weeks ago. But that number is clearly dramatically increasing. Actually, I would say probably more like 600,000, but nobody really knows. That's just this artery.
Just this artery.
Jeez.
So can I ask you a question, Michael? Who's coordinating and funding these buses that carry the migrants?
Well, who's funding it? The United States.
United States government.
I mean, our flag is right on inside of this camp behind me over here. U.S. flag is there. I mean, the U.S. government is funding it. When Mayorkas comes, he lands on the runway about 600 meters from me. Back behind me, there's a runway back here. Like last April in 2022, I was here when they came in 4 Blackhawks. They also came this April. I was here as well. And this is the show camp, San Vicente. This is the one where, you want to show, this is the show house, right? So it's the clean camp, the nice camp. And so it's U.S. taxpayer money. And when our signs are up there, it says U.S. that this is paid for by the U.S. government and the EU and UNICEF, right? And so, which is obviously paid for by us as well, UNICEF. Yeah. But so there you go. That's at this camp right here, actually. And then there's camps like this out in the jungle. Bajo Chiquito, and also at Lajas Blancas and Canan Membidio, all these camps. I go to all of them all the time. And so, yeah, we're paying for it.
Awesome.
And we're not hiding it. I mean, we put our flag right on it.
No, they're proud of it.
People keep asking who's doing this. I keep saying it's the United States. I mean, how many times can I say it? I mean, our flag is on it. Mayorkas comes down and tweets about it. He says that we're increasing the flow. It's us. It's our own occupational government doing it.
That's well said. Wow. Our own occupational government doing it. Well said. I like that definition. And coming up on Overtime, if you want to play it, we have a clip of a border sheriff giving us a tour of, what do the illegals do the moment before they enter this country? It's very important that they do this so they can
disavow their country and wrap themselves in the Constitution of the United States of America.
That's what they do. That's what they do. Oh, man, they love it already. The second they set foot on our soil,
we need to see the video.
Love it.
Honestly, I would not be shocked if this stupid-ass administration says if they come across the border and claim climate refugee, based, you have the Democrat representative who was saying, I guarantee you that's going to be a definition soon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a climate refugee. Please.
Probably already is.
Probably is, yeah.
Probably are, yeah, you're right.
So Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz posted some stats on Twitter from the past weekend. This gives you some idea of a little bit of what's going on.
And he's on their side. I mean, we played clips of his interview that, he was...
Ortiz?
Yeah.
On whose side?
The government.
Ooh, he's been
okay.
That
interview
are you sure it's the same guy that we played?
I think so.
Anyway, he claimed there were 26 this past. This is amazing.
Yeah, the chief.
I don't know what. It's just the last week, 26,382 apprehensions.
Yeah. No. Okay. Flip them though, guys. Get the other one.
Yeah. See, great work over the weekend. That's what I'm saying.
Here we go.
He's on there. Hang
on. Let's let him go through the stats, and then we'll talk about
7,399 approximately gotaways. I love that word. Gotaways. They're people who got away. 164 pounds of marijuana, 83 pounds of meth, 66 pounds of cocaine, 11 pounds of fentanyl, 5 pounds heroin, $12,200 in cash, 1 firearm, 3 sex offenders, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay.
No.
And that's
1 wanted felon.
1 gang member. Great work over the weekend.
Yeah, he's all...
hold on. We'll get to Raul. This is just over the weekend. Now let's go back in time just a little bit when he posted from the previous week.
Week in review. 2 agents assaulted. 54,951 apprehensions. 18,698 approximately got away. Then we have $714,492 seized. 101 pounds of cocaine, 1,050 pounds of marijuana, 2,721 pounds of meth, 138 pounds of fentanyl, 16 firearms, 6 sex offenders, and 7 gang members. That's in 1 week.
Impressive work.
Yeah, isn't it, though?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Right. So he's proud of his agents.
Absolutely.
He's proud of his agents and what they're doing. What he's not a fan of is the Biden administration's policies that allow for this chaos. He's testified for the House Republicans.
I thought he had.
Yeah, he's absolutely called the Biden's policies.
That interview we aired the other day.
It looked more friendly. But
it sure did.
I don't know. Maybe we took it the wrong way. I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe he has a pension to protect now, but that's not how he has sounded in the past, if that's how he's sounding now. I just know that every time the man speaks, he speaks the brutal truth of what's happening down there, and he's not afraid to call the administration out. And then Mayorkas is put on the spot. Well, Chief Ruiz said this, or Ortiz said this. Anyhow, I just it's an impossible job that we put these guys in.
But he was 100% with this administration in that interview that we aired the other day, for sure.
I got to take a minute.
He talked about the soft-sided, buildings that they're increasing, and how Mayorkas has done a great job coming to the border. All of it.
And we got more. But first, let me take a minute to tell you about Jace Medical. What would it be like if all of a sudden the global medication supply and the whole chain just disappeared?
I know.
What would it be like, Jeffy?
Not good.
Right.
Congratulations.
Job,
Thank you. Thank you.
Good answer. Good answer. Most of our medicine in this country is actually manufactured in India and China. And you can bet they're going to take care of their own needs first if they ever get around to us.
Yeah.
So what do you do when all of a sudden you or somebody you love needs antibiotics and there simply aren't any? Well, the answer is you should have a supply on hand in case of disaster. That's where Jace Medical comes in. The Jace case from Jace Medical is a great way to keep yourself prepared for any eventuality. It's a pack of 5 different courses of antibiotics that you can use to treat a long list of bacterial sicknesses. Things like UTIs, respiratory infections, sinusitis, skin infections, lots more. It's a great way to be ready for shortages or for whatever comes. I mean, we just need to be prepared right now. Prepare for the worst, hope and pray for the best. Go to jacemedical.com, enter the promo code PAT when you check out. That's PAT at Jace, J-A-S-E, jacemedical.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
So the White House is hoping that you won't notice the border while the debt ceiling is being discussed in Washington. Here was Speaker Kevin McCarthy's take yesterday.
You said at the very beginning we had to show you a plan, even though the Democrats have shown no plan. Not only did we show you a plan, we're the only ones to pass a plan. So I think it's up to you now. Whether the economy goes in any trouble, it's you, because the Republicans raised the debt limit. You have not.
Yeah.
Neither has Schumer.
Yeah,
nice.
Schumer's not even going to take their plan in front of the Senate.
Oh, my gosh.
Schumer, McConnell, McCarthy, and Jeffries all met with Biden yesterday. No progress to report. They will meet again on Friday. This thing is at a stalemate, and it sucks.
And why? Because Republicans are demanding that we increase
you got it. Yeah.
spending by less than they want to. So they're not even asking for a cut.
It's insane.
Just don't increase it as much as you're saying. I think it's a 1% reduction in the increase.
Okay, well, you've got the Treasury Secretary. Because we got priorities. When it comes to what we're going to spend the money on, what would you think a priority might be? Just anything that comes to mind that you think is an important priority. Maybe defense?
I would think change. Maybe.
For Ukraine?
Climate change, thank you.
Wait. Oh, somebody knows what the next clip's going to be about.
Oh, I do not. But that's,
You're about to be gelling with Yellen.
All right.
Here's Janet Yellen.
Nice.
Big meeting between McCarthy and the president tomorrow. 3.5 weeks to go. Do you think there will be a deal done, or are you pessimistic? It sounds like you're worried.
Well, clearly there's a very big gap between where the president is and where the Republicans are. The president set out a detailed budget. In that budget, he invests in America. He cuts wasteful and inefficient spending.
Does he?
And lowers deficits over 10 years by $3 trillion. But and so he and I regard it as a fiscally responsible proposal. The Republicans have very different ideas. They want to focus on cutting spending, and the proposals that they've set out would entail draconian cuts and really end the policies we've put in place to invest in our economy in clean energy.
There you go.
Oh, my gosh.
So
how do we get through it? How do we?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's impossible at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, even CNN has almost had it up to, well, not here, but I think maybe about
there.
If I'm measuring from the desk, about here. They've had it up to here. And so they're starting to tell the truth about a few things. They made an interesting observation yesterday about Biden and Republicans back in 2011.
But here's the interesting element. This is what you're going to hear from Republicans, including today.
In the past, negotiations over the debt ceiling have happened. Between who? Well, if you look at this picture from 2011, there's then Vice President Biden, sitting right next to him is then Senate Republican Mitch McConnell. Those two struck the deal that essentially saved the day, pulled the economy and Congress and the White House back from the brink, and forestalled the last near catastrophe.
Yeah, and it took until now for him just to even sit down. And again, by all accounts, absolutely, he's not budging. He didn't budge yesterday.
Well, he said he wasn't going to.
Yeah, this is just...
And he does what he says.
I mean, 2011, that was before he was fully co-opted by Marxists and was just their shell in the Oval Office. But here we are.
Here we are. Also at CNN, Jake Tapper asked the White House, what's Plan B? If Biden won't go along with the Republican plan, what is Plan B?
Okay.
The Biden administration is insisting that President Biden will only sign a clean debt ceiling bill without any spending cuts.
That was Hunter for
I mean, frankly, sir, you don't have the numbers. The House is controlled by Republicans, and now you have 43 Senate Republicans siding with them. That's enough to filibuster any clean bill in the Senate. So what's Plan B here?
Well, there is no Plan B. Our plan is for Congress to act to address the debt limit.
Do it our way or not at all.
Our way or the highway,
there it is,
as they say.
So has Jake had it up to here, or is he still...
Jake's had it up to about...
okay.
Here, I think.
All right.
Yeah, so... Sticking with him, he's been railing against the White House on their refusal to release diplomatic cables about the Afghanistan withdrawal, as, the House wants him to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really how oversight works.
No.
The Oversight Committee, or in this case, House Foreign Affairs Committee, gets to decide what they want. And certainly there is nothing untoward about wanting this dissent cable. Now, the best argument that the administration has is that they don't want the diplomats who were candid in this dissent cable to have their careers dragged into the political arena. But there does seem to be a simple solution to that, which would be to redact their names so that the issues can come out. Look, whatever your position is on the war in Afghanistan, or whether the U.S. should be there, or President Biden, or the like, there are obviously lessons that need to be learned from this withdrawal. I mean, hundreds of people lost their lives. 13 American service members lost their lives. There is a dissent cable. This is legitimate work. Congressman, Chairman Mike McCall is not a firebrand. He is just doing his job.
No. Wait, what? That's like Jake Tapper of years ago.
Yeah.
Before Trump. Pre-Trump Jake Tapper, which, he was hard on both sides. There's a little glimmer of hope that may return.
There's got to be
something going
a memo
on at CNN
that went around. We need to find, because
it's amazing.
It's been ever since Tucker was let go at Fox News. CNN has been a strange occurrence over there, one after another.
They've had it up to here.
Yeah, right. Well, like not that far, but right about here.
Okay.
So they started at the desk. Is that where you're saying we start?
Yes. They started below the desk.
Below the desk. Down with Monica. And so now they're up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay, well, keep it up.
But did you read that the...
That's what Monica...
Did you read that the...
Sorry, we're 12.
I know.
Jeffy and I
know.
But sorry, you had something you had to say?
Keith started it.
Well, you finished it.
The United States of America is sending yet another $1.2 billion to Ukraine.
Good.
Finally.
Good. Today is day 441, right, of the war. I think 441. So what is that? Are we keeping track with the quarter? What is that, $250 million a day?
Something
like that.
You know who's invested in this debt ceiling talk is Vladimir Zelensky more than anybody else, I'd imagine. Like, hey, keep it going. Let's go.
Why even have a ceiling? You know you're just going to raise it again next time.
Yeah.
Don't have a ceiling. Just send it all to me.
I mean, we basically
which is
are.
What we're doing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, isn't that fun? Mm-hmm. The package is said to be valued at $1.2 billion, reportedly to be used to purchase various air defense equipment for the country.
Stuff that's needed.
Ammo for artillery and rocket systems. What do you want to shoot rocks at them?
I mean, the last shipment was just the stuff we found in the back of the warehouse, right? It was just stuff that was dusty and...
Right. Grimy.
Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Pat. How much would you say we've spent already on Ukraine?
Altogether?
Mm-hmm.
About $205 billion.
I thought it was north of $200 billion.
It is absolutely.
I just Googled. You can try this. It's fun. Annual GDP of Ukraine 2021. About $200 billion. Pat, we have sent in just a little over a year more than their annual GDP as an entire country. Screw you, Joe Biden.
They've been at war for 441
Get out of my face.
days.
No, get out of my... Go away. Go away.
I'm your nightmare.
Yeah, you are. Boy, yeah, so we can secure the Ukrainian border. But ours wide open as of
don't
midnight.
worry about ours. Ours is fine. They're coming here because of climate change. Who can blame them? You know what I mean?
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.